everybody. It is Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. Bryce Castillo escorting you in and out of the green room, great room, whole dang thing all night long. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We got a banger of a show coming up. We're going to talk about all sorts of trash, all sorts of invasion. Oh, I got to find that invasion clip. There's an invasion story. We are losing a little bit of frames here, but folks, you know, we're doing it live. So keep an eye out for that. Watch us at any time. GreatNight.tv, of course, is the website where you can get this podcast. And if you want to support this podcast, well, then go over to Patreon. Patreon.com/GreatNight. That's where you can go to get the Bones podcast. That's every week. It is. It's a blast. Get access to the Diamond Lounge in our Discord. Get email updates, and easy RSS feed. All of the good stuff over at Patreon.com/GreatNight. All right. Well, we're going to give the Green Room a call and make sure they're here with us. But we got a great show for you coming up. We got a blast. We've got a blast, and we're simply saying this more and more. Being a blast, having a blast. It's all blasting. Really, we're blasting. We're masking. We're maxing. We're TJ maxing. And we're Maxinistas because of that. But we're not Sandinistas. Please make sure you get that right. All right. Green Room, can you hear me?
What?
Hey.
Sorry, we were just here.
Can we help you?
Well, we're just hoping that you might have a Green Room for me.
Well, yes. How much will it cost us?
Will it cost you? I'm the one looking. I'm looking to buy.
I'm AI Justin. I'm an AI generated version of Justin's voice. The real Justin is doing his best impression of Brian Brushwood, who is exclusively behind the paywall. Say something, Justin, doing his Brian impression.
Hey, what's up? I love doing magic. I love eating fire. I'm constantly worried about being figured out to be a fraud. This is me, AI Justin's representation of Brian Brushwood.
Another great joke, Justin. Oh no, you're back. You're back.
No, I'm back. I see. Because I kept it.
Because you were
We'll talk a little bit about that surreal experience.
Paywall.
We'll talk about it in the big show.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, you're back. Everybody, give a big round of applause.
Your
boy is back.
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen?
Yeah, no, Cowdoy in the city too. That's yeah. They go to Copenhagen. Unfortunately, Cowdoy died in Copenhagen. This is canon.
Just a regular first reference. You are back.
We
now know it's definitely you.
I did the equivalent of typing the wavy words.
Yeah.
To prove that it really is Brian. Oh my goodness, I hate that hop water that you gave me. It's too much.
Yeah.
I still taste it. Now.
It's pretty fucking intense. But I don't know. I've been enjoying the genre because the genre right now is all over the fucking place.
Right. Things I want to say, but I won't. But one of the beauties that you brought us is from Twisted X, Austin Lager. And you'll notice that the beer can is reminiscent of the original Miller Lite can from the early 1980s. And I remember when we started the BB Live show, that was around the time I was calling them space milks because they look like milk jugs with twist-on caps or whatever. And it was when like the whole Miller Lite can was covered in blue and tilted fonts and crazy. It's the aughts. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Stop us, Dad. And then for one brief moment, they were like, what if as a hilarious jape, we did a limited run
brought back the
of
original
classic
thing.
logo.
Yeah.
And the more I talked about it, the more you became uncomfortable and were like, you seem to really be fixated on an image of your dad holding the original classic Miller Lite. And I was like, you're goddamn right. And so the fact that this can of beer is exactly doing that, I don't know, intrigues me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was definitely the take of somebody who was 15 years younger. Definitely the take of somebody who was in their mid-20s. Because now at 40,
40.
40. Yeah. I mean, I guess I should just start saying that now because I guess I am I am currently a 40 dot remainder, but like, yeah, I will only get more 40.
Bonnie and I were.
Anyway, no, but now I totally understand. Now I totally am like, oh, geez, this is everything that
Classic.
happened.
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
that happened in my youth
It's like time traveling.
is
yeah.
the best, and everything that happened currently is bad.
Bonnie and I independently both had the same thought. Like, fuck, I can't wait till I'm older. Because like creeping up on 50, we're both late 40s, and it's like we're old enough to still have our health, but not so young that we look young. And so we can try hard to look young, but like trying to on purpose look older would be ridiculous. And it's like, if I was only 10 years older, I could just be old.
I think that's in your head. Like, you guys look great. Like you guys don't look significantly different than a lot of people in their 30s.
Yes, which is mostly. Can we? Oh, okay, all right. You want to know how it's really Brian Brushwood?
Yeah.
I have a new annoying thing in my life.
Go.
After multiple months of figuring out the exact right way to carve up 1-minute segments of both Scam Nation and Monologue videos, we have shown up twice a day with shorts, 1 minute long, and we have delivered them without food, water, or encouragement. And after about 5 or 6 weeks, YouTube algorithm, being like the YouTube algorithm, has rewarded us with just random. You showed up every day, kid. Yeah. Can I talk real numbers for a sec?
Yeah, I think also I have noticed just anecdotally. I don't know how much of this is rolled out to just me or how much of it is the explosion. Is that they have added like a short specific tab underneath your recommended videos, so they're not mixing shorts with the YouTube recommendeds now. Now it's its own little
ecosystem,
which I'm sure has exploded shorts because they just found a better way to recommend them as opposed to making them crappier versions of your regular recommended. They're like, oh, I don't know, or you could get into shorts, and you're like, oh, I don't know, this short looks okay.
Well, and within that ecosystem, I assume what the robots want is beep, bop, boop. Is your thing good enough that 80% of people wait and watch and only 20% or less swipe left? Great. Beep, bop, boop. Let me keep track for about 6 weeks on which ones are good and which ones are not good. Beep, bop, boop. Oh my God, has it been 6 weeks of you getting no encouragement? I guess it's time for me to explode your shit. And there have been times that Scam Nation, Scam School, that channel has done well. There have been times that Monologue has done well. There has never been a time that both of them have gotten the boost at the same time.
Yeah.
6.5 million every 48 hours.
Jesus.
Like there was a time that 70,000 every 48 hours was pretty good for us. That happens every half hour now. And okay, that's fine. That's all good. Look, tide comes in, tide comes out. Who cares? Whatever. Yeah. I go to Torchies. Guy who I know, Trey Linko, he's a musician. You should check out his stuff. He was talking about like, oh yeah, no, I'm trying to get back into posting regularly or whatever. I was like, man, all I could tell you is we've been posting regularly twice a day on 2 channels and like to the minute, 45 days into posting twice a day with regular content that does well, robot goes meep bop boop, and then suddenly stuff explodes. And he was like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense, because a friend of mine, I don't know if you ever met him, but he was like, oh my God, that's that dude that we always saw at Torchies, and now he's on YouTube. And I'm like, it's from 10 years ago. Okay, fine. And then I drive back to the house. Weirdest thing. Kids are playing Frisbee in front of our yard. Dogs are barking. I pull up 6, 12-year-olds or whatever. One male 12-year-old walks up and does, for the audio listeners, I'm doing like a shit-eating grin, like,
yeah,
just staring at me like I'm an orangutan.
Yeah, at the zoo.
Yeah. And so I give him a 2-finger, like, hey, buddy, what's up?
Yeah.
And then
Because you don't know why you're interesting to a 12-year-old. It could be the car, it could be your glasses, it could be anything.
by this point, I have a suspicion, right? I come in to find out the whole family is like, what has been up with those kids? They have played Frisbee all day long on our lawn, back and forth. The dogs will not stop barking at them. What are they doing? And I was like, I think we did 3 million views a day for the last 5 days, right?
Did you figure it out?
Well, I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't talk to him. No, I was just polite. I think they figured out, oh my God, the guy on my phone is the guy.
You're just assuming still that the 12-year-olds are there because your YouTube videos have been doing well. It's a good hypothesis. I'm not saying it's a bad hypothesis. I'm just saying
I've seen it. All I'm going to say is I've been on very good behavior for the last week.
But you didn't ask, you didn't say, hey, what are you guys doing playing on my lawn? You could literally say, get off my lawn.
Yeah, but then
that old canard.
But then one of the other ones would have their phone out. They'd be recording it, and that would be the next TikTok sensation.
But then you do a trick or something.
Yeah.
You don't carry any cards on you? A little loaded deck?
Can we talk about how good the Callous Daoboys are?
I'm actually fixated on these kids.
Right? So, by the way, so Josie's friend, I won't name names.
Yeah.
Josie has a very close friend. Josie's 15. She's 15. They're in a band together. I've, picked her up, dropped her off, whatever. You got friends. I'm doing the thing or whatever. Things change when what you intend to do is take another man of roughly your same age, take her teenage daughter across East I-35 to a rock venue for a show. For the first time, I felt the need to, how to say it.
Let's also restate this. You took your daughter and her friend to a Callous Daoboys show.
Correct.
Okay. So the Callous Daoboys are staying here.
Personal friends who are staying here, who I know are good people.
Yes.
But I can imagine from somebody else's perspective,
they do a rock show. Like, it is
hardcore.
It is
at
a
real
rock show.
A real venue.
It is not odd to see blood at a Callous Daoboys show.
They have recovered
because of mosh pits, not because they're not spraying arterial. It's not like a Quentin Tarantino movie or something like that.
Okay, well,
it's not
save that for the writers' room.
Yeah,
but they have done the venue. I'm speaking for the venue. It's east of 35 off of Riverside. But like they did things like there used to be a venue called the Dirty Dog that had a pinup girl with a dog humping her leg. They recovered that sign and now it exists there. I went to go take a leak. All of the band things. There's some band and there's an O in the band's name and there's a graphic photograph of a butthole in the O. And I think to myself, my 15-year-old daughter and her friend are here. This is a legitimate rock venue. It was great. Everything about it was great.
They had a good time? So it was an all-ages show then?
Yes.
Or did you get VI privilege?
No. It was an all-ages show. You were supposed to pay extra for minors or whatever, but
That's what happened when I went to my first titty bar.
Sorry?
Yeah, 18 years old at the Dollhouse, the one name checked in the Motley Crue song. When I was 18, went to the Dollhouse, and they just overcharged you $25 and technically made you buy a T-shirt, and you had to wear the T-shirt so everybody knew that you couldn't be sold liquor.
Was it an all nude venue? Because like in Texas, you weren't allowed to go to a strip club if you were 18, but you could go to an all nude club.
Well, that's because the liquor laws and the nudity are separate.
The BYOB.
In Florida. Oh, geez Louise. You just put it all together. Why you got to separate it? Make everybody go all over town. Just put them all together. Make the boys buy a $25 T-shirt.
I mean, as long as there's a G-string, though. Oh, shit. Are we going to really get into Florida and Texas talk here? Like, if they're wearing a G-string, a little bit more physical contact than like they're not allowed to touch if they're all nude
in Texas.
Oh, go on.
That is not the case in Florida.
What?
No. Not
Well,
in South Florida. I think in Orlando, it changes county by county, but no, not in Broward County. I got hit with a fake tit so hard I thought I had a concussion. Not even a joke. That's what happened. It was a Colombian lady. She hit me in the head with her fake titty.
You actually thought you had a concussion?
Yeah, I was like, I was seeing stars.
Go on.
I think we pretty much got to the end. Like I didn't go to the medical tent or anything. I didn't have somebody come in and like show a flashlight in my eyes.
So the Callous Daoboys, they're extraordinary, man.
They're great. They're great.
Now keep in mind, I'm 48 years old, and I probably would never just on a random Sunday night think, what I want to go do is go put in a little bit of the earplugs and be in a venue.
Go to a rock show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And listen to especially challenging type of rock, hardcore where they keep changing time signatures.
It is
mathcore.
Yes, it is something for which you got to be into it. Like most rock, it's like rock only exists in niches now. Like there are some bands that are bigger than others, but like other than that, nobody's at the level that rock used to be back when, we understood that rock radio existed. Everything is in the sub niches of sub niches, and the Callous Daoboys are in a hardcore. I don't even want to fucking try. Like whenever I even try to talk to Carson about their genre, it's like, no, it's not quite that. It's not really hardcore. It's not mathcore. Like we're trying to do our own thing, and it's like, so how do I even describe it? And he's like, I don't know, man.
I can offer a little bit of insight because we actually did an entire episode of Modern Rogue where old man Brian tried to understand the various time signatures and stuff. And it's hilarious. I throw myself in front of the train of incompetence again and again and again.
Yeah.
However, when I was there live, like when I listened to their music, it's like it's 2244 whatever. I don't understand that shit. Like all I know is there's parts that make sense, and then suddenly it makes no sense. But when you're there live, there's a kinesthetic aspect to what they're doing. You can watch the entire, in our case, 7-member ensemble coil. Whose the rules are about to change. And then they do change. And then they change so wildly that you begin to lose track of like, I'm adrift. I don't know where I am. And then they do something like play, I think Carson shouted out, hey, we've all been white people at a wedding. You know what to do. And we get a good like 4 bars of Sweet Caroline. Yeah. And we get to, ba, ba, so it's like I was safe. Now let's get wild again, right? And then it coils back again, and it's like a good few bars of the Twin Peaks soundtrack, the Laura Palmer theme or whatever, and then it breaks, and I'm like, oh, I bet I know what you're gonna. Yeah, so good. It was incredibly good. I'm actually wearing a shirt for the audio listeners that looks like a GeoCities website for a conspiracy theory website. And it says, get the truth, I think, CallousDaoboys.com.
Yeah, http://www.thecallousdaoboys.com. So go there. No, they're fucking amazing. And if you haven't listened to their album, Celebrity Therapist, go do it. I have heard their 3 new tracks that they have recorded for the new album, and it's fucking like next level shit. Next level shit. Get on the train. If you like rock music, hey kids, you like rock music, go ahead and listen. Spin this record, the Callous Daoboys. But also their live show is like
fundamentally different.
No bullshit.
Like don't even listen is what I'd say is just go. Just go.
I would say also listen.
You know what?
Because we are supporting our friends. But if you don't listen, don't stop the reason why you go to the show.
Yes. I will say that the live experience was fundamentally different from anything I had heard or seen beforehand. It was really something. Also, you and I were talking about how the real currency of success is whether or not people can be bothered to learn the call and response lyrics, because there was a lot of like, there was a lot of Carson.
I think you and I were having a moment where we're like, hey, we can't understand what the fuck Carson's saying, right? Like,
yep.
And it's like, nope, I can't. Like, I guess like I'm like the unofficial uncle of like the Callous Daoboys. Like I just support them and like they always like my tweets and shit like that. So it's like I am here for Carson and I'm here for the Daoboys and I'm here for everybody in that band. But also I am not too proud to say I can't understand what the fuck y'all boys are saying.
But also you don't have to, right? Because you can
I don't.
understand. Yeah. I see you in the chat is asking, didn't Brian recently discover that live music is a thing? Yeah, and there were two things that I really noticed. The last one was Theo Katzman. I ain't never been to a rock show where a guy said, "Hey, thank you for being here for the message." Heard that before. I ain't never heard somebody say, "And thank you for being sober enough to really be present for it." And I was like, "What?" And then likewise, when shit gets hardcore at a Callous Daoboys song, like people, as you mentioned, the mosh pit is kung fu fighting
Yes.
left and right, but there's like a fucking force field around Carson, and I have the feeling like if one person touched him, there would be a sniper up in the wings who would take out that person.
I think it'd be one of the 90-pound 17-year-olds would spin kick the person that tried to do harm to Carson for sure. Yeah.
Well, and then likewise, Carson just gets into the audience. And he says, "Hey, huddle up, huddle up, huddle up," and he phrased it. You could have said huddle up, and there are many ways to phrase this, but the one that really struck me, that gave me goosebumps, that made me want to leap down there and join them, was when he said, "Don't be afraid," and I was like, I don't want to be afraid. I want to be with you in the huddle. And then he gets up on stage, and the next thing he says is, "Hey, there's an ER 1 block down the road. Pretty sure you'll be fine. Go nuts." It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, there was a thing he had during their last tour where during like a build up to one of their best songs, it was just like if you have health insurance, I want to see you fucking prove it. But yeah, dude, Daoboys coming to a city near you. I think they're on the West Coast this week. They're with Rolo Tomasi throughout the rest of this, and then they're going to be out in Europe. So if you are listening to us out in old Europe town, then you are going to get a chance to see the Daoboys. And
do yourself a favor. Learn all the call and response shit. Fucking learn the lyrics, because you'll be cooler.
I will say that I was looking at their European dates. I'm like, there's at least half of these where you're going to be playing to exclusively European white supremacists. Like, if you just look at the like Eastern Bloc, like it's like, all right, the show in I don't even want to name a country because then someone's gonna get mad at me. But I'm like I've seen the documentaries. Like I know who goes to the hard rock exclusive shows in that country where nobody with a pigment under fluorescent has existed in over 1,000 years.
I'll tell you this much: like that whole batch couldn't be kinder, couldn't be better, couldn't be.
No,
I couldn't be more proud for them to be. I say all of this. Please be well behaved, Callous Daoboys, from now on, because we are proud of you.
Well, we can always be disappointed in you. Go nuts.
You know what?
Yeah.
Go nuts.
No, they're rock stars. This is the thing we were talking about before. Like I want to get back to a time where where transgressive artists could be transgressive. Like everybody has to kind of like at least have a heart of gold now. As opposed to just,
or it's not their fault that they were doing a thing,
yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
Like, I don't know. Like I think like between like fan culture and stuff like that, like everybody kind of has to be pure. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't reward good behavior and villainize bad behavior. And when your favorite people do bad things, they should be criticized for it. But at the same time, like let's understand that sometimes like transgressive people do transgressive things, and that's part of the art. That's part of what happens. You shouldn't always agree with it. You should. Oh, they'd be like, "Wow, that's a little too far," but this shit really slaps. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is the most fucking old man yells at cloud shit like that I've had in a while.
Oh, welcome, my friend. I've waited so long for this. But I will say this much: it was a good show. No, after this, I'm just, hey, fuck you. Fuck all of you. I never loved any of you. Fuck everyone. Everything's fine.
Yeah, Brian's definitely back. We got Brian back. We got Brian back.
We'll talk about it in the show.
Yeah.
Goddamn. It was fucking wild to be there, like at a real rock venue.
What's the last? So before you went to go see that funk show, what was the last show that you saw?
That was that Theo Katzman one.
No, I said before that one.
Christ. Maybe 4 plus pre-pandemic. Getting me out to anything was very difficult, even
What
before
did
the
it be
pandemic.
Tenacious D when we went to go see Tenacious D?
I think so.
Yeah.
By the way, hot new use. Do you want to explain?
Hey,
What up,
Brett's
Brett? Do we want to give everyone the secret to the hot new use for Chat GPT is to
Oh yeah, go ahead.
so I got an email saying Tenacious D tickets in Austin. They go on sale tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I wonder where it is. So I just click on the thing. It's like, you want to buy these tickets? I'm like, yeah. It's like, do you have a secret code? I'm like, no. And that was the end of it. And then I went to Chat GPT. I was like, yo, go find out if there's a secret code I should put in on this. And it comes back and it's like, yeah, I looked around. If you say this code, you're pretending to be a fan of this radio station. If you say this code, you're pretending to be a fan of their artist collective, whatever. And anyway, we have tickets.
We have tickets.
It's
Awesome.
September.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dude, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what they're touring on now.
I
They
don't
have a
know.
new album out or
Hey, you know
is it
what?
just Tenacious D? Like fuck it. Like
It's called like spicy meatballs or something.
I think that's the tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up, that might be the album.
You know what? We have time to learn it.
I mean, to be honest, it's like if Tenacious D could just come around once a year and then just
We'd be
pay
okay.
money to
Yeah.
see them play play the same 20 songs once a year. I'd be into it.
Yeah.
They should do like the Taylor Swift shit. Just fucking play 4 shows in one city and then move on like a traveling circus.
Is that what Taylor does?
That's what she's doing now, yeah.
I'm already seeing billboards for I guess The Killers and Queen featuring Adam
Lambert.
Adam
Yeah,
Lambert.
there you go.
Yeah.
That'll probably be a big one.
Well, I think that's at the F1 thing.
Yeah.
That's like,
Which is also where Tenacious D is going to play.
oh, they're gonna play at Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's outdoors.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. We're going to be
What
in the
month
pit.
is that happening?
Yeah.
September.
Okay, so it's just starting to cool down.
How blue are the skies?
It is on September 15th.
So pretty peak blue.
Pretty
A little darker.
To be,
little darker.
oh, okay.
Just a
All right.
shade
Right,
darker
so-
off the bluest.
The airports
Alrighty.
will just be opening back up again.
Brett, what are you terrified of?
I am terrified. I'm terrified of getting things wrong.
Why? You get things wrong all the time.
But I mean really, really wrong.
How could you be more wrong than you already are?
Like wrong in like a factual thing or wrong
Like
on like
wrong
a spiritual
DeSantis?
thing?
Wrong on thinking.
Wrong Death Santis.
How did he miss wrong DeSantis? That would have been such an easy bully
Who,
name.
Trump?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Take him to federal court?
Again. Sorry, go ahead.
No, not necessarily thinking I know something and being wrong. It's thinking I'm doing something the right way and then finding out how wrong I was.
Give me an example.
Really, it has more to do with people thinking, "Hey, you want this thing," and then I give it, and then it's like, "Oh, that's
So like
not
in
at
a
all."
business sense or something.
I mean, personal too. It's both. It goes for both. I mean,
Give me an example.
You want to cosplay this? Cosplay.
Yeah.
Role play.
Role
All right.
play.
I was like,
All
right.
play this. Yeah, let me put on these.
Although I
Let's
don't-
say, hey,
I don't imagine-
whoa, excuse me, Justin. Excuse me, Justin.
Yeah,
Not
you
your
asked
place.
the question.
Brett,
Yeah.
years ago I asked you to join us here on a new
Sure.
project called Great Night.
Yeah, so glad that I'm doing it exactly the way you guys wanted too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say. How do you feel like you're doing?
Well, I think I'm doing great. I mean,
Hold on 1 second.
This
Beep,
feels
boop, boop.
very real
Justin,
right now.
Justin, can you get on the line? Click. Justin.
Yes.
He thinks he's doing great.
Oh no.
Click. Okay. All right. Wait. Oh, you left. All right.
This reminds me of my only threesome. But anyway.
Hold on. Is there a story you'd like to?
It
Oh,
was
No,
via
it's not.
it was,
That was a joke.
via three-way phone call.
Yes. Pretty much. Pretty much.
nah. So you worry about being wrong,
Sometimes. Yeah.
man. I worry about not admitting I'm wrong fast enough.
That's interesting. Because I mean, that is definitely.
So wait, hold on. Let's just dissect this.
Sure.
Are you more afraid that people are noticing that you're wrong, or in consensus that you are wrong, or that?
and then I'm thinking that I'm not wrong.
Okay, yeah.
That I'm doing exactly
So
the right
your
thing.
worry is the embarrassment that other people are on a different wavelength than you are.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that you are doing it wrong. It's that everybody else is in an agreement that you are doing it wrong.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And because I try to be relatable, I try to be sensitive to what's going on around me. Understanding my audience, that
You
kind of thing.
motherfucker. Like, the more you talk, like, I'm all coiled, ready to strike. And then the more you talk, I'm like, hey, man, let's unpack this. What's going on?
Yo, what
Where does this all come from, Brett? What's up?
Well, what do you think? Youngest of 5. I wonder.
5. That's bonkers. Y'all's crazy.
That's a small family in Louisiana.
What is a big family?
12.
For reals?
For reals. My mom was the youngest of 13.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Had them all in 4 years.
Yep.
Right.
Surprisingly. Yeah.
What's the it's a multiple sclerosis. I have a family member who has MS, and apparently while you're pregnant, MS is apparently not a problem. And
Huh.
so a lot of people just keep
Stay
on
pregnant.
having babies. It's like, let's
Wow.
keep going. Yeah.
Damn, that's some frontier medicine.
I mean, yeah.
My MS is flaring up. I got a solution.
Vitamin D.
Ching, ching.
At some point, it becomes clear. It's like, I was thinking of the words MS. It's like, I have a solution.
Yeah.
maybe
always the
wear this
solution.
balloon.
More like MSEX.
It's real. It's a real thing.
So why do they have so many goddamn kids in Louisiana?
Cajun, Catholic.
Oh, just no
Catholic,
condoms,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
I want to
We
make
don't
fun
do
of. I'm
that.
going to make fun of a Catholic on We're Not Wrong tomorrow. I was trying to think of a good Catholic joke, something really offensive, something that the Catholics would really sting like a Catholic.
Something about transubstantiation.
Here's the funny part: the reason why they were fucking making fun of me, or they wrote an angry email.
They
was,
were making fun of
Yeah,
him.
sure.
they were.
I think I remember this.
Hello, PX3. It's me. Call me Triple P. I'm not going to say who I am. Let me just say Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Anyway, I'm infallible.
3 in 1, baby.
Your
3
show
in
is
1.
garbage.
Yep.
Fuck you.
So I made a joke. All right. So we were talking about a Catholic school that was getting public funding in Oklahoma.
Yes.
And so it combined Jen's tragic backstory of being a lapsed Catholic schoolgirl and Heaton's Oklahoma heritage. And so Heaton was talking all about how much faith he has in the Oklahoma judiciary. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to transubstantiate Heaton's love for the Oklahoma judges into my own opinion. And so I get this email written in saying, hey, dickwad,
Hey, Dominus Ominous.
transubstantiation is the Catholic idea of turning water into wine. Or no, the bread of Christ.
Wine into the blood.
The bread into
Actual
the flesh of
flesh.
Christ and the actual
Yeah.
flesh of Christ. What you're talking about of taking somebody's belief is imbuation or something, which is a Protestant idea. And so my joke preview for We're Not Wrong, which comes out on Thursday and I record tomorrow, is going to be something along the lines of, well, apparently Catholics like blank don't understand metaphors. So I'm just looking for something else that Catholics don't do. Not to turn this into a Family Feud fucking thing. Top 10 on the board, things that Catholics don't do. Brian.
Okay, but you said like you're doing a simile, as you say, like blank. They don't understand metaphors. So the first thing that popped in my mind was, show me autistics.
Do Catholics not believe in autistics?
No, you said like blank.
No,
Catholics don't believe in metaphors.
Okay. Then I apologize for the way that I mush-mouthed what I said.
I apologize to
do
autistics.
something.
I'm just saying that autistics are catching strays here.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Okay, all right.
Indulgences might be another thing that you can look into.
No, but they love indulgences.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we need the opposite of that.
Okay, describe for me one more time. What are the things that we...
So like condoms, Catholics don't fuck with metaphors.
There we go. Got it.
Something
Okay.
along those lines.
So the punchline is they don't do metaphors.
Yeah.
What are other things that Catholics
or this guy
don't do?
does not do metaphors. Right?
They're also not good with the rhythm method.
They're also...
no, they love the rhythm method.
No, but they're not good at it.
Well, but that would presume that the rhythm method's like a real thing, right?
I mean, it is.
I mean, it is a thing that people do, but
Yeah.
the joke is that people get pregnant all the fucking time.
Something about bingo and gambling.
Okay.
Well, they also like that too.
I know. They love bingo, but they hate gambling,
gambling, yeah.
right? Not recognizing the difference, there is none, between the two. Polytheism, monotheism. All of Catholicism is really just polytheism with saints instead of demigods.
Yeah. Acknowledging molestation in their ranks.
Yeah, see,
Tried really.
That's easy.
Much
though.
like
That's easy.
That's
much like the
easy.
Boy Scouts
Yeah.
of America.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a you're
Well,
like
no, we can't.
No.
Now we get back into the autistic thing. Like,
you tease it.
we're roping into another group.
We all know that the Boy Scouts of America and the Catholics have one thing in common. Neither understands metaphor. See, it's a fake out. It's a fake out joke.
I don't think we need a fake out here, but I appreciate
All
it.
right.
Maybe if it goes on long enough, that'll have room for faking out.
What else?
Bryce.
Hi.
They like booze.
They do.
How are they
talking
on
about?
weed?
Catholics.
I don't really know if the Catholics have a take on weed.
Heroin?
I don't know.
No.
Is it in the Bible?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Bryce?
Have you heard of Catholics before? You're giving a lot of like first day alien on Earth questions about Catholics.
We
Yeah.
are in Texas.
Like, it's called level 1. How many of these do you know?
Well, I grew up Catholic, so
Wait,
Yeah.
for reals?
yes.
Okay, all right. Go on.
I don't know if
too.
you noticed, but down here, this is crypt territory.
Yeah,
Like,
no. Yeah, we
The
got
Protestants
Baptists
won.
and Methodists.
I mean, I don't know. The thing about Catholic Mass is that it's so fucking long.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
I went
hours
to
and hours
one
long.
wedding at a Catholic.
And a wedding too.
You know what? I went to my last Catholic wedding.
Well, you're never gonna go to. You refuse staunchly against it.
I mean, I will make an
This is a
exception for
stance.
you. And that's it.
For my Catholic wedding.
If you get
That's
a
gonna
Catholic
be-
wedding, I will absolutely be there for all 12 hours.
But we would go every week, probably up until late elementary school. My dad came up Catholic, but my mom was not really religious, so we did it for a while. And I did Sunday school. I did communion. I got my first communion.
What was your communion name? Do they have that in Catholics?
No, I think you could just use.
You don't just pick. I thought you picked another name.
I thought that's a confirmation.
Or is
I
that,
didn't do
is that a
that.
Protestant thing?
Yeah, I think it is. I think I remember picking a name and then forgetting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Mine was Batman.
No way. No way. I would love to believe that.
No.
My
Batman
name is like it's Darmak and Jalad. You're like pearls as they fly in an alley.
But I do the only thing I remember from confirmation. This is so, this is so weird that you remember
Confessional,
the very small
which would be
things
weird
about.
for a Catholic to do.
I remember that the priest or the guy who I was talking with, shows how much I knew. I just remember the whole time we're talking to him, and it's like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. But he had some fucking spittle in his mouth.
No.
And it stayed there.
And you just,
I was
that's all you're
all
seeing.
I could see, yeah. And then I got the blood of Christ.
That's rookie shit. Because
Yeah.
that's from talking too much, but you're not hydrating.
Right.
And you're not being a pro. I'd like to go back in time and give that man a talking to about professionalism.
Hey,
But also, like, not hydrate enough so that he has to live the same living
Exactly.
nightmare that Bryce
Yeah.
had to go through.
I'm gonna give him the whole talking. Sorry, here's a 3-hour conversation about professionalism and having the same pride that God had in the human race for
And
your
then-
craft
the other thing about Catholic
without
Mass,
a single sip of Gatorade.
have you tried this fucking flavor? This is
What
fucking
is
weird.
this?
Lime cucumber.
It's like, I don't know.
It tastes like what I think cucumber water should taste like, which can't possibly what cucumber water should taste like.
Right.
Because I like the heavy
you
flavor.
exclusively
possibly
drink Baja Blast.
Yeah, I like the
as somebody who
syrupy.
only mainlines Baja Blast, this is what you assume cucumber water tastes like.
Summer's coming up. I'm gonna be able to stock up on the
Come
Baja.
on, it's been 100 degrees 3 days in a row. This is
Summer
fucked
doesn't
up.
summer
This
doesn't start
shit's
till the
fucked
Baja
up.
hits HEB though.
7-5.
It wasn't 100 today.
7-5. 7-5.
7. What is
July
7-5, Brian?
July 5th, Nutty Brown HEB opens. Are we going to be
That's
there?
right.
Are we going to be there? Do you want to cover it live like a news event?
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Day
Day after Independence Day?
Yes.
Yeah, can I give you a preview what it's going to be like?
Yes.
Because the Georgetown HEB just opened up this last week.
Yeah.
There'll be a whole lot of people there, and you're going to go in and you're going to go, yeah, it's HEB. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. But can we interview people and just act as though we're not aware? Like, is it true that the B stands for butt?
Yes.
And then
please
just
do that. Yes.
can we please?
Can we be the first people kicked out of the Nutty Brown HEB?
I'll have to wear a Nixon mask and be dressed as
Yeah,
a pig.
he doesn't want to do it because he has to go there.
Yeah, right?
got-
It's your local grocery store.
It's why they say don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
Unless we set it.
I thought
hold
this
on.
was going to be a central market.
Yeah, I actually did. All right, fuck all y'all.
Wait, what? What?
The B stands for butt.
But
yeah.
Butts.
When they
Yeah, because we did think it was going to be a Central Market. Because there's another HEB like fucking 5 miles up the road.
Yeah.
but
Never have enough.
they have on the HEB like the store brand foods.
Yes.
They have like they're like satisfaction guaranteed, and they have a signature, and it's just HE butts.
Yep.
They spelled out the butts, not the Herbert or the E.
There's a lot of reasons to love HEB.
Yes.
Not only the fact that they're
can get
better
two of
than FEMA during an apocalypse.
True.
But also their name is Butts.
Butts.
And they're like, we're not really hiding it. We're not hiding our butts.
No, I think they are because they're trying to do this like here everything's better
Yeah.
slogan. You've seen that when you
Well, but
roll
what?
that?
Here's everything's butts.
Here's
Like, what do you want from them?
I mean, to be honest, for some of us, they're synonymous.
Butts. They're better.
Yeah. Butts are
Here
better.
everything's butts.
Mm-hmm.
Butts are better than boobs. You know
It's
what?
Jude.
Maybe the B is for boobs.
And over butts.
They're usually
I mean, they're literally, yeah, usually.
Wait till July for that shit.
it's 7-5.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think we talked about this on the show, but
What?
there's a Wordle winner on this couch.
Oh! That was the best day ever. All of us secretly knew that we had a surprise party for Bryce, and Bryce didn't know, and we all waited, and we were all like, oh, it was so good. You want to set this up?
Bryce has an opening Wordle word.
Famously have had it. We've talked
You've
about
had
it
it
before.
for a while, and that Wordle word was the
Beast.
word, and it was beast. We had
Team
all done
Beast.
it. We had all posted. Nobody was saying. Everybody was very, very good in our group chat. We all kept
Yeah.
to ourselves. and-
You guys didn't even post your results until after I had
because
posted.
you knew
'Cause I
that
could
ours
tell.
was least.
Yeah.
And so we did not want to tip you off.
I don't know if I told you, Bryce, but that was literally the first thing that Bonnie said to me when I woke up. Good morning, sweetheart. And she goes, today's the big day. And I was like, what? Yeah. For Bryce. I'm like, is he finally 21? I don't. And she was like, today's the day, beast is the word. It was really great.
It was great. And it was because I've been a little off the game a little bit. I've missed a few days. And so it wasn't until like afternoon or something when I finally did it. Like I almost didn't even do it that day. I just did it really. I was like, I don't know.
That have been the worst?
That would have been a thing.
I mean, I think
that would have been very funny.
I would have liked
Very,
You missed
very,
the one
very
day.
funny.
yeah, that around 6 p.m. everybody would be nudging Bryce like, hey, man, I don't know. We're all trying to be good about our Wordles. What about you?
Oh, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have waited until midnight and then laughed. It's like you had the winning ticket, Charlie, and you wiped your ass with it. You fuck it.
So I've been using pride as my starting word this month.
Sure.
Maybe I'm gonna.
You think they're gonna pander that hard?
Maybe, but it's also just to try out a new, different starting word. Like I used to be so much, I kind of figured out different strategies for it.
What about sweat? I know you're throwing away the W, but if there is a W, it's going to be extremely valuable, and you'll get it in 2.
Yeah. I think the only thing about sweat is you're trading that B in beast or L in least for that W, and so depending on how you want to play, right? If you want to fucking spray and pray, then
when I was able to play Wordle before I got crowded out and my subscription ran out to the New York Times. Fuck you, New York Times. You're a piece of garbage.
Maybe the 12-year-old playing Frisbee has it. Did he steal it from you? Is that why he's smiling at you?
That's the real reason he was smiling at you.
He's got your Wordle, dog.
I would intentionally
your
be
Wordle.
daring in my first guess.
It looked like a Frisbee, but it was actually your streak, and they were playing keep away.
That shit-eating grin. It's like I have to be on good behavior all the time. I can't be mean to anyone.
You don't need to be mean.
Who do you want to be mean to that you can't be mean to?
12-year-olds.
Nobody in this room. Let's say that.
That's a lie.
All right. I feel like we're amped up. We're ready to rock.
2 minutes.
All right.
Oh, wait. Don't forget your phone.
Look at that.
In summation,
What did I miss over the last half month? Is there anything I should know? Because I'm about to eat a bunch of shit.
you're not going to eat any
not
shit.
gonna
We're
eat
very
any
happy
shit.
to have you back. You're very conflicted about this.
I am.
You're very. This is like we're gonna work this out in the next hour, but like you have a lot of conflicted energy about the fact that you haven't been on the show in 2 weeks.
I felt like I was entitled to one of those and not entitled to the second. We'll
Sound
talk
very
about
Catholic right now.
that. Yes.
Wow.
I don't hate Catholics, by the way. People are like, "Oh, you're like anti-Catholic." Like, no, I just want to make a joke.
Sure.
Somebody came at me with some doctrinal fucking shit, and I just want to make.
Be able
I want to make a little joke back so I can show that we're communicating. But lost in translation. That's where we are right now with you and your energy on the show, because you have a very intense energy right now.
Yeah. It's first day of school energy. I had my biggest summer vacation in 15 years.
It would be first day of school energy if you invented the school 15 years ago.
but this
you
is
had
the
to go the
longest
whole
I've been.
time.
All right. Also, somebody in the chat just said, fuck Brian. And I'm like, like, yes, have sex with me. Oh, no, wait. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
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 Big ending.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do for the big ending.
Go.
Okay.
We're going to go in the round. We're going to say things that rhyme.
Yeah.
We're going to make a poem, and it'll be on time. And when we end, it'll go to Bryce, and then we'll have a show that is quite nice. Kick us off, Brett.
You already did it.
You know what? You're welcome. Bryce, back to you.
Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. We're back here. It's Tuesday night on the Great Night program here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Night Attack is where you can watch all of this good stuff. Thank you for joining me. I'm Bryce Castillo, navigating you, escorting you in and out of the green room, whole dang thing. Before we get started, Annaliese is joining me here in the pre-show. Hi, Annaliese.
Hello.
Hi. Do you want to help me do a few birthday borners?
Sure.
Okay, great. This is the part of the show, of the pre-show, where we give all of the birthday shout-outs to everyone in our community who let us know about it in our Birthday Borner channel in Discord, discord.great9.tv. Check out the Birthday Borner channel just at the top there. It may look empty. That's for security. Okay, I got some birthdays here. Annaliese, I'll say the name, and maybe we'll just get like a shout, right? So that if it's like Steve, right? Okay, like
I'll do better
okay.
when you actually do it.
Here's one. Shout out to Call Me the Band.
Call me the band.
He had a birthday last week. Happy birthday. We also had Lon Makes.
Lon Makes.
Turned the big 6-0 on the 15th.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Lon.
Steam.
Tomorrow is Sam's birthday.
Sam
is turning 34. Happy birthday, Sam. And there's one last one, Annaliese. You're talking to an upcoming birthday haver.
What?
That's right. My birthday's on Monday.
Happy birthday early.
I'm gonna be turning 33.
Well,
So that'll
33 was fun.
yeah. Don't say so, old Kenan.
He's 40.
Oh, what? But
Oh my. Fine. You're fine. Youngin', whippersnapper.
Oh, yeah, okay. But yeah, so that's coming up on the weekend, or I guess on Monday. So thank you, everybody. And thank you to everyone who submits birthday borners in our Birthday Burner channel here in the Discord. Annaliese, we talked to you last week about the garden. How's the garden? What's going on with the garden?
It's getting fun, but I'm also giving it maybe a little bit too fun. Are we going to get in trouble for showing that picture?
No.
Okay.
It's so you're having
It's just nature.
You're having fun with it now. Is there a tactile part of it? You're like, a trowel goes in the soil and you're like, woo!
Woo! Yeah, kind of actually.
Woo!
So,
Wow.
some people have like a punching bag or something, or they'll go for a run when they're in a mood or have big feelings.
Sure, yeah.
I have this phrase called dig a hole about it. I have to go dig a hole about it.
Yeah. You're good.
And my garden is amazing right now. I have dug a lot of holes lately.
Yeah. So you've brought a few new a couple of new bits of your garden here. Which one do you want to set one of these up for us here? Maybe this one.
Okay.
What is this? There's a plant here. What is the plant first?
The plant is this is going to get more complicated than I intended.
Oh.
So first of all, this is called a candy roaster squash. You bake pies with it. I've never actually had it before, but my mother-in-law gave me a couple of seeds from one of her friends, and I was promised like tons and tons and tons of squashes.
Yeah.
Cool. I've got 1.5 so far, but a huge plant that is now being eaten to shreds by this wonderful, horrible thing called a squash vine borer moth.
What? That's
not what we're looking at. This is another.
Oh, okay. So you've got the squash. You got the squash gnat. Mm-hmm. Then how do we get to this thing that I'm looking at, which is a little more risque than what I think just a garden variety gnat might be doing?
Okay, so there are these bugs that go all over our plants. Usually there's like maybe 4 or 5 of them at a time total through the whole garden. But for some reason, this weekend, my garden was the site of a eastern leaf-footed bug orgy.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I'm
Oh,
not
no. Oh,
exaggerating.
no. They're butts of
Not exaggerating at all. Like, this was just a small portion of it.
Mother Nature gone wild.
There
No.
Dozens of swinging couples all over the plant.
So that's I don't like that.
I didn't do much gardening while they were at it because
you had to watch.
Normally, aggressive toward humans, but they are one of those bugs that has this thing called an ovipositor. And I don't mess with things that have ovipositors. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do know what an ovipositor is. And
Yeah.
I recommend all the adults Google what that is if you're not quite sure what that one is.
Is it like an ovinegativer?
Oh, an ovipositor
No.
being the opposite of the ovinegator.
You want to know what?
It's
Never
a no.
mind.
It's
Yeah,
a-
you tried. You got it. You had to
Moving
get.
on.
it's-
Moving
it's
on.
a long-
I do look like I'm about to turn into another version of Doctor Who with this lighting.
Oh yeah, you're.
I'm just slowly exploding into light.
Oh! Okay.
Gosh.
So, Annaliese, can you set up this last clip here before we give Brett his seat back?
Okay, yeah, no, this one's much cuter. A couple of weeks ago, I may have complained out loud on the show or adjacent to the show that my bird buddy hadn't shipped yet, and it
Oh,
had
yeah.
been months and months and months, and I was starting to get very, very jealous of Justin and Ashley. And then over this weekend, my bird buddy finally showed up,
Ooh.
and I am simultaneously elated and a little disappointed that I think this video is the best I'm gonna get. It's got a white-winged dove and it's got a house finch that seems to be fussing at the dove. And these are really the only two kind of birds that we have that come to bird feeders. So hooray! I haven't had it a whole week.
That's a pretty good one because normally like we don't get that's a big fan.
Actually, no. This is
That's a big fan dub.
amazing.
Normally we don't get both or like two different kinds of birds that are fighting. We'll often get two cardinals or we'll get two doves
Sure.
that are fighting, but very rarely is there a conflict that doesn't immediately have one of them flying away.
This is
dove doesn't
some
care.
real house doves shit. Like it's fucking great.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Annaliese, for an update on the Gardon.
Woo!
Everybody, make sure you check her out. We did get one image here in the pre-show of pearls as they fly in an alley. Thank you to Cheech for that one. Alrighty, everyone. We will get another minute or so while everyone gets settled in for their whole thing. Of course, one more time, if you want to support us, if you like the green room, the great room, the whole dang thing, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Great Night. That's where you can support the show. Toss us a few bucks, get access to the bones, get email updates, get the easy RSS feed, all that good stuff. Alrighty, everybody. Well, it's 7:02. I think we're out here. I think we're ready to rock. Let's do our final checks here. Brett, how are you doing? Are you ready to go?
There it is. Hello, friend.
There we go. Justin?
Yeah.
Brian? Annaliese?
Yes.
You know?
Ready.
Our wonderful audience in the studio. And all of our beautiful chatters. All right, that's going to do it for the Great Night Green Room, Great Room holding thing. Let's start the show. Brett, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, I'll count you in.